Hey traders, it's Melissa from Simpler Trading. If you trade SPX or XSP and your results feel like a heart monitor, you know, big up days, big down days, and somehow you keep landing right around break even, I want you to listen closely. You see, you're not new at trading, you're not reckless, you're putting in the work, but you feel worn down, frustrated, and probably wondering why consistency still feels just out of reach. I've been exactly there, and today I want to walk through why that happens and what finally changed things for me. You see, for a long time, my trading felt really busy, but not productive. I'd have days where things went well. Then I'd give it back. I'd zoom out at the end of the week or the end of the month and think, how am I doing all this work and not getting ahead? And honestly, the hardest part wasn't even the P&L. It was the mental side. Watching every candle, second guessing myself, feeling like I always needed to be doing and trading something. That's what I call the break even trap. You're active, but you're not progressing. What I eventually realized was this: the problem wasn't that I needed more indicators or more strategies or more opinions. The problem was that I was making too many decisions. I was chasing candles instead of waiting for price to come to me. I was trading the middle of ranges instead of clear buy and sell zones. I didn't always have a hard line in the sand for when a trade wasn't working, and my position size wasn't always consistent. And probably the biggest one, I was trying to predict what the market would do instead of reacting and being ready at levels. None of that means you're a bad trader. It just means that you're human. But when those things stack up, consistency becomes almost impossible, even if your analysis isn't bad. The biggest shift for me happened when I stopped trying to be right. And I started focusing on just being consistent. I simplified everything. I set goals for a profit. I had max loss for a day. Once I hit that max loss, I no more trading. I had fewer trades, fewer decisions, clear areas where I was willing to take trades, and maybe long stretches of time in the day where I was completely okay doing nothing. Instead of predicting, I waited for price to come to me. Instead of forcing trades, I just sat, and when price came to a zone I wanted to trade, then I executed. And almost immediately, the stress level dropped because the decisions were already made before I ever was in a trade. This part might surprise a lot of traders, but consistency is not exciting. It's not flashy. It doesn't feel like you're doing something brilliant every single day. It won't be home run trade after home run trade. Honestly, it feels boring. But boring is exactly what you need if you want your equity curve to smooth out. Wins don't feel euphoric and losses don't feel devastating. You start trusting your process instead of your emotions. And this works whether you're trading a small account or a large account, because the focus isn't on the size of the trade, it's on structure. I want to be really clear here. I'm not teaching the strategy in this video, and the reason is simple: because without full framework, without context, and without understanding why each of my rules exists, it wouldn't help you. In fact, it could actually hurt you. And that's why I want to teach this live, step by step, in real time, taking trades live. So I can explain how everything fits together and why the structure matters. So if this resonates with you, if you're tired of guessing, tired of spinning your wheels, and you want a structured, repeatable way to trade SPX or XSP, I'm going to host a free webinar on January 7th. In that webinar, I'm going to share with you some of my recent trades in SPX and XSP, show you where I took trades, and give you my win percentage and loss percentage. I'll explain how I think about the market, and I'll show you how I removed decision fatigue that held me back for years. The link is below in the description of this video. Even if you don't trade it exactly the way I do, the framework that I'm going to teach can completely change how you approach trading. I would love to see you there. So please join me for the webinar on January 7th. I will give you all the details about my upcoming live class and live trading sessions. I hope to see you on January 7th in the webinar.